If you have been dreaming of Canadian permanent residency but do not see yourself working in healthcare, this update is especially important for you. Canada is entering a new era of permanent resident selection, and the federal government is now prioritizing foreign nationals with work experience in specific in-demand occupations. Welcome back to Canada Immigration, where we focus on delivering clear and factual updates about your pathway to permanent residence. While many healthcare occupations remain in high demand, and some can be qualified for in less than 2 years, there are also strong opportunities outside the healthcare sector that can fast-track your permanent residence journey. In fact, there are 6 high-paying and in-demand occupations currently being prioritized for permanent residents, and many of them require little or no post-secondary education. These roles range from construction-related trades such as millwrights to technical occupations like HVAC mechanics. The key advantage for candidates in these occupations is that they are being prioritized under Canada's express entry system through category-based selection. Annual earnings for these roles are calculated based on a standard 40-hour work week, using the job bank median hourly wage and top hourly wage for each occupation, rounded to the nearest thousand. While licensing requirements vary, it is important to understand that some of these occupations require licensing in certain provincial jurisdictions, but not others. And in some cases, licensing is required across all provinces. Before making any plans, applicants must verify the licensing rules that apply in the province where they intend to work. When it comes to eligible work experience, the federal government does not assess eligibility based simply on your job title. Instead, your experience is evaluated according to the National Occupation System, which is Canada's official framework for categorizing occupations. This means that what truly matters are the duties you performed in your role. To qualify under a specific occupation, you must have carried out all of the duties listed in the lead statement and most of the main duties associated with that occupation under the National Occupation System. Simply holding a similar job title without matching the required duties will not be sufficient. To obtain permanent residence through express entry, you must first be eligible under one of the 3 federal economic immigration programs. These programs are the Canadian Experience Class, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, and the Federal Skilled Trades Program. Meeting the eligibility criteria for one of these programs is mandatory before you can enter the express entry pool. Once eligible, you must create and maintain an active express entry profile. Permanent residence is granted only after you receive an invitation to apply, commonly known as an ITA. Having work experience in one of the priority occupations gives you a significant advantage because it allows you to be considered in a category-based draw. In these draws, the comprehensive ranking system score required to receive an invitation can be lower than the score required in a general draw or a Canadian Experience Class draw. This can make a meaningful difference for many applicants whose CRS score may not otherwise be competitive enough. To qualify for category-based selection, you must have at least 6 months of full-time continuous work experience or an equivalent amount of part-time continuous experience in a single eligible occupation within the past 3 years. The work experience must be recent and must meet the criteria defined under the National Occupation System. In addition, to receive an invitation through a category-based draw, you must have an active profile in the express entry pool at the time the government conducts that specific draw. Your CRS score must also meet or exceed the cutoff score established for that round of invitations. If you receive an ITA through express entry, you are given 60 days to submit a complete application for permanent residence. This deadline is strict, and applicants must ensure that all required documents are prepared in advance to avoid delays. For individuals who are already in Canada and hold a valid work permit, there is an additional benefit. Once you have submitted your permanent residence application and received an acknowledgement of receipt, you may be eligible to apply for a bridging open work permit. This permit allows you to continue working in Canada while your permanent residence application is being processed. To remain eligible for express entry, you must also meet additional requirements beyond work experience. You are required to complete a language test from an approved testing provider, and the test results must be valid within the past 2 years. If you wish to claim points for education obtained outside Canada, you must obtain an educational credential assessment to confirm the equivalency of your foreign education. These elements directly affect both your eligibility and your CRS score. The government's shift toward prioritizing specific in-demand occupations signals a targeted approach to economic immigration. For skilled workers in trades and technical fields outside healthcare, this represents a practical and realistic pathway to permanent residence. By ensuring that your work experience aligns with the national occupation system, maintaining an active express entry profile, and meeting all program requirements, you can position yourself strategically for category-based selection. As always, Canada Immigration will continue to provide updates to help you navigate these changes with clarity and confidence.